Today, we are going on an incredible journey through the history of household robots. And it's a story that doesn't start with circuit boards or lines of code. Nope, it starts with clockwork, with pure curiosity, and this really deep human desire to build something that seems alive. So let's dive in and see how we got from these amazing mechanical marvels to the intelligent companions we have today.
I mean, just look at this contrast. It's kind of wild, right? On the one hand, you've got a mechanical duck from 1738. Its whole job was to entertain French nobles by pretending to digest food. And on the other hand, we have an AI-powered robot dog from 2026 that can actually tow 100 kilograms of your stuff. So how on earth did we get from there to here? Well, that's the incredible story we're about to unpack.
All right, so here's our roadmap for this journey. We're going to start way back in the 18th century's Age of Wonder. Then we'll jump into the 20th century for the electric dream. After that, we'll see the practical revolution of the 2000s, check out today's new social robots, and then finally, we'll take a peek into the future with embodied AI. So, our story kicks off, maybe surprisingly, not with workers, but with wonders. See, back in the 18th century, the first robots weren't designed to do chores for you. They were what people called philosophical toys. These incredibly intricate marvels built to make you think, to make you wonder about the line between machine and life.
And you've got to understand, the whole point here for creators like Jacques de Vaucanson and the Jacques-Droz family wasn't about building servants. These guys were absolute masters of clockwork, and their obsession was creating a believable imitation of life. They were asking, could a machine actually replicate the complex, beautiful, and sometimes, kind of gross functions of a living thing?
And believe me, this wasn't just some sideshow act. Vaucanson's digesting duck was a full-blown cultural phenomenon. This quote from Voltaire, it says it all. He's putting a mechanical duck on the same level as a famous opera singer, calling it a symbol of national pride. That just shows you how seriously people took these things. They were seen as the absolute peak of science and art.
Okay, so of course, there was a little bit of stage magic going on. The duck didn't actually digest the grain. It was a really clever illusion. But Vaucanson's real genius wasn't the trick itself, it was the incredible engineering behind the trick. To build the duck's insides, he's actually credited with inventing the world's first flexible rubber tube, a piece of tech that had huge implications way beyond just entertaining people.
And then, by 1774, the Jacques-Droz family just took this whole idea and ran with it. Their three creations weren't just mimicking animals, they were replicating the highest forms of what we'd call human expression. The Writer, with its 6,000 parts, was basically the world's first programmable android. These were amazing marketing tools that proved machines could make art, play music, and write, all while keeping that focus on spectacle over service.
All right, now we're going to fast forward big time. We're leaping out of the age of clockwork and into the age of electricity. And this brings us a totally new kind of robot, built for a brand new purpose, not just to imitate life, but to sell the promise of a better automated world of tomorrow. The spectacle is still there for sure, but now it's got an eye toward the future.
So, meet Electro, the Moto Man. He showed up at the 1939 New York World's Fair, and at 7 feet tall and over 260 pounds, he was absolutely built to make an impression. Just like Vaucanson's duck, he wasn't trying to blend in. He was designed to be a total showstopper.
And man, what a showman he was. Electro could walk, he could talk using a record player hidden inside him, he smoked cigarettes, he could even see colors. But his real job, it wasn't to be a prototype for a robot butler. He was a celebrity mascot for Westinghouse, designed to get everyone super excited about an all-electric future. And to buy Westinghouse appliances.
A year later, he even got a robot dog sidekick, Sparko. And together, they became these powerful symbols of a future where all the boring domestic work would be handled by machines. Now, Electro couldn't wash a single dish or fold a sock, but boy, did he sell the idea that one day a robot could. He was kind of the perfect bridge from pure entertainment to the promise of actual, practical help.
For decades, that promise was just a promise. But then, in 2002, everything changed. This is the moment, right here, when robots finally left the stage and moved onto the living room floor. And this is when utility finally, decisively won out over spectacle. This was the dawn of the Roomba. The Roomba didn't just clean floors, it literally created a whole new market, selling 1 million of these things in just 2 years. And this timeline shows you just how fast it evolved. You got smart mapping in 2015, which let it actually learn the layout of your home.
And then the critical update for every pet owner, AI-powered obstacle avoidance in 2021. It became a household name. But its story also shows that just because you invent a category doesn't mean you own it forever. So what was the secret sauce? How did that first Roomba succeed where so many others failed? It wasn't about being the smartest robot, it was about being smart enough. It used this really cool philosophy called insect intelligence. Instead of building a super complex, expensive map of your room, it just followed a few simple rules. Go straight, hit a wall, turn, spiral outwards. It was cheap, it was effective, and it made home robotics affordable for the very first time.
Okay, fast forward to today, and the game has changed again. Now that we're used to having practical robots in our homes, their jobs are evolving. We've moved beyond just single-task machines. The new generation of robots are designed to fill social and emotional roles, to actually become part of the family.
This table gives you a great snapshot of what's out there right now. You've got Sony's Aibo, which is an AI pet designed for emotional support, but it'll cost you nearly $3,000. Then there's Amazon's Astro, which is basically a mobile security guard that's hooked into Alexa. And at much lower prices, you've got educational companions like Luna and Miko Mini, which use amazing conversational AI to play with and teach your kids.
So you see what's happening, right? The goal isn't just about utility anymore, it's about integration. These machines are becoming our tutors, our security systems, our pets, and our companions. And that's fundamentally changing their place in our homes and our relationship with them.
And that brings us right to the cutting edge, to the next great leap forward, what everyone in the industry is calling embodied AI. This is where robots stop being just mobile screens or vacuums and become true physical agents, partners that can understand the world around them and actually solve real-world problems in it. And the VBot SuperDog, which just debuted at CES 2026, is the perfect example of this new era. It's really the culmination of this entire journey we've been on. It has the pure spectacle of those old automata, the real-world utility of the Roomba, and the companionship of a social robot all rolled into one amazing package.
And when I say utility, I mean real physical capability. This thing can tow up to 100 kilograms. That is not a gimmick. That's enough to haul all your camping gear from your car to the campsite or help you carry those heavy groceries in from the garage. This is a machine that's designed to physically help you in the real world.
And that power comes from some seriously advanced engineering. Its custom-built motors deliver a peak torque of 24.5 Newton meters. Now, to put that in perspective for you, that is more than enough power to loosen a stubborn lug nut on a car tire, all from a motor that weighs less than half a kilogram. That kind of power is what lets it do these demanding physical jobs.
So this really represents the final synthesis of our journey. The SuperDog is fully autonomous, no remote control needed. It sees and understands its environment in real time. It perfectly balances being a fun companion that can follow you around and film you, with being a useful partner that carries your stuff. And most importantly, it's designed from the ground up to be safe around you and your family.
So we've gone all the way from a clockwork duck that faked digestion to an AI dog that can be a genuine, powerful helper. This incredible evolution, from marvels to workers to companions, forces us to ask a really big question. As these unbelievably capable machines become true partners in our daily lives, how will they change not just what we do, but maybe who we are and what we even consider family?
Don't forget to like and subscribe for more How Meets History.